to our listeners. Welcome back to the episode of Debates Never Die. Lads, we're joined by a Chelsea fan. For those who've been critiquing the obvious bias that we have towards them, we've invited PJ to join us. Sir, thank you for taking the time. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. You know, it feels good to be world champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, coming here with some confidence.
Mm.
Yeah, I ain't like you guys, you know, got some chips on my shoulder.
Yeah.
So-
Shout out, dog. Shout out, dog. You know, I know God really does work hard. He works in mysterious ways because we're here after Chelsea somehow dropped points to Brentford. Thank you, because, you know, delay is not denial. You know, the chances of coming back here after Caicedo screamer. I almost missed you guys, don't lie to you. I was very close to saying, I don't need this. I don't need this episode. You guys got this one. We had enough numbers.
You guys are this close.
No. God works hard. Bones, how you living, King?
Hey, dude, I'm alive.
Yeah.
No, it's been an interesting time, but I'm keen. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, glad to hear it. Still in good spirits? Still optimistic?
Optimistic is maybe not the right word, but I don't think. You know what, let's get into the show. We'll see. Let's get into things, we'll see.
Lastly, the Catalan, Mvu, how you living, son?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
Arsenal's almost black again, you know? So there's a lot to celebrate. I don't like that our 14 is white, but you know. you know? But
you take what you have.
We're living.
And for those keeping count, Gyökeres is 4 games in with 3 goals scored. So well on track. For those who saying no, he might not be enough for Arsenal. Let's just wait a bit.
But then you know they're gonna say he's scoring against the small team.
How did I not say that to Blackjack Bully? That's what he's here for, though.
But that's him.
Goals are goals. Don't tell me about you scored 6 goals in 6 games. It's big 6, but you only scored 6 goals. I want to hear that.
But
Please.
he must get 20. He must get 20.
He should.
I watched the other episode. You said it's good if you
15
get
goals.
15.
What
Raise your
nonsense,
bar, bro.
don't-
Isn't this Arsenal Football Club number 14 on the back? And the requirement is 15 goals? Come on.
And it's at the time. That's if he's not on pens. He is on pens. So maybe things do change. And it is. I'm not stressed about him. But enough about him. In the last episode, we covered extensively the top 4. Right? We spoke about your team.
Yeah.
Right? And the one thing we didn't cover, something we love to cover on this podcast, is the team of our friend Bones. This weekend, we're heading into the Manchester Derby. We're not going to spend too much time here. But Bones, there's been a lot of critique for you in the group lately around your support around Amorim. You know, you come at a lot of scrutiny. And I know that it's maybe a bit tough to make you the guy. But those were your words, Chief.
Fair enough.
Those were your words, and you have to account. So we're giving you the chance. You know, the transfer window's closed. You now see exactly the team is. There's no new addition that's going to come that'll make this make sense. As things stand right now, is there anything you wish to take back from that episode?
I don't necessarily think so. If I reflect on what I said in particular, like when I concluded, because obviously I went on a tangent, I said, what we're going to see on the pitch is a consistent idea. How effective that idea is at the beginning, once it becomes consistent, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but it'll be a consistent idea. I don't necessarily think from these 4 games, yes, we cannot downplay the disgrace of that 4th tier loss in the cup game. Cannot.
Can't be explained.
It can't be explained.
Also, tactics, board, visuals. Like as much as it worked, because ultimately they came back, they started playing better. I think to look that frantic against Grimsby is a bad look. You shouldn't need to be that tactically astute to beat Grimsby.
100%.
I'm pretty sure that between the 4 of us, we could have put a team out to beat them.
But you know, the thing for me, I don't really think that was okay, it was partly tactics, but I think it was mostly the players. The players just didn't show up to play. They expected to win, but they didn't expect to play. And I think...
Enough, I think I do agree with that to some extent.
You get what I'm saying? Like, because even if you think of Mateus Cunha...
Everyone sounds like Roy Keane here.
No, but even... No. But it's
The
like...
manager deserves flack, but like that was like, yeah.
Like, you have to be mentally switched on as a player in a game, bro. Like, it's football. Like, you need to be mentally switched on. If you look at Cunha in his maybe first 30 minutes of that game, and then you compare it to the first 30 minutes of the preceding 2 games, that guy was not there. None of those Oaks were there. But I say Cunha because Cunha was in all of those games. So you expect him to be like, okay, 4th tier, let me jam, let me get that goal. But nah, Oaks didn't show up. So I couldn't put as much blame as most people were putting on Amorim for that. I think that was the players there. But in terms of that, I think we've had the most shots at goal. We're currently averaging the most shots on goal. We have the highest expected goals per game. We're doing something, right? And there's a consistent idea in terms of how we're attacking. We're direct. We go as quickly as possible when we can. When we break through the lines, there's no real lollygagging. Like, we're looking to actually attack, and we're looking to get shots off.
Yeah.
That's something that we weren't doing a lot of last season. We weren't actually getting shots off. So Oaks are getting shots off now. Yes, it's about landing those goals, and actually, because that's really what wins games. Results is what matters.
Yeah.
And maybe if the results were different, maybe I'd have a different tune right now. But at the end of the day, watching the games and how we're playing, there's a consistent theme in a lot of the things that we're doing. The extent to how well those things will be executed game by game, I think that is ultimately, obviously, going to be down to the manager and how he troubleshoots as things go on. But the players always have to be locked in. The second you drop intensity in the system, anyone, a fourth-tier team can lock you down. Like, that's just how the system works. But if you actually play to the intensity that is required of the system, I think you see that consistency in terms of actually creating chances.
Yeah.
When you'll score eventually the more you keep creating.
Yeah.
Right? So I think we're on. I wouldn't say
path.
we're
Don't say
on,
the right
okay,
path.
look, we are on the right path.
Yes.
We are on the right path.
Okay.
And when, from Amarim's perspective, okay, from my perspective on Amarim, I don't think the club are going to sack him. I think they're, for once, actually just sticking with the plan.
Okay.
At least seeing it through.
Okay.
I think that for one thing is also a sham. United don't ever fire managers quickly. They give them 2 years.
At least 2-3
They
years.
give them 2 years and then they fire them.
The only person who
2 years,
didn't get time
fire
was
them.
Moyes.
2 years, fire them.
How long did
so
Moyes
this
have?
idea?
But they fired Moyes in the first season after Sir Alex. By May, it was Giggs leading the line.
Oh, yeah, remember.
Okay,
This
cool.
idea that like pundits and some fans have, like ones that are, I think, aren't completely honest, that they just change and change. Yes, they've had a lot of managers, but those guys have 2 years to implement a plan and they just fail.
Fair enough. But I also don't think that the plan is aligned from the top down in all of those aspects.
That's
And we also
fair.
haven't had
That's fair.
football heads
Yeah.
in those executive positions
Yeah.
up until, halfway through in Ten Hag's era. And I think even moving Ten Hag is because we actually had those football heads and they realized this ain't it. Okay, we need to actually shift now. And to that degree, I think when the football heads came in, they saw the issues that the businessmen have been making for the last decade. And it's not a quick shift. Unfortunately, it's not a quick shift.
Yeah.
I know Tabani would, it's not a quick shift. Like, you could put Pep in there. It's going to take a while to get everything to where it needs to be, for everything to be aligned, for any guy to come in and it actually is effective.
Yeah.
Because that's really what you need at a club. You need the structure to make sense.
Yeah.
One guy cannot really, one guy can't change, like,
The culture.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least not overnight. So I know it's ugly. I know it hasn't been nice, but I think I applaud Amarim for taking the entire project on.
Let me tell you
Not
something.
just the football project. but the
Amarim
whole thing.
cannot
Coming
find
in
a
after this.
PR machine better than Bones.
There's
Whatever
You made
Amarim
me
says,
believe in United, bro.
right now,
Guys.
Mr. Brailsford, all the boys, they need to call your line right now. Because honestly, I don't think they could put out a statement better than what you've just provided. But I do have a question. I understand why you're saying it. I think that they
Also
are
have a
green
question.
shoots. United are matter-of-factly better on the ball than they were this time last year.
Yeah.
That's not saying much because you guys were 15
True.
at the end of the season. Like, the idea of improving, as Twani keeps on reiterating, and I'll stand in for him on this side and be the guy who wants results now. The reality is, you're going to get better than last season. That's almost a guarantee.
Yeah.
There's too much quality for that
You
not to be
have
the
to,
case. You
like-
spend too much for that not to be the case. And the issue is that the bar for just better might not be high enough.
Okay.
Right, in terms of what we immediately see. So I'm curious, because I know that you get frustrated as a United fan as well. How much of your belief is linked to the fact that you kind of have to believe more than you truly just back this manager? Because it's like, what do you do if you sack him? You know, Carrick, like, what's the next step realistically?
They want Xavi.
So I asked two questions. So the first question is, how much of your belief is linked to the fact that you have to believe? And if you had to replace him, if it goes the way some United fans think it will by November, who would you get?
Okay. I think there's a dual aspect to that. There is I have to believe because it's my club and
There's nothing else.
do you know what I mean? Like, what's I'm gonna do?
It's your club, bro.
But again, for a long time I've been ringing about the executives being the issue, and the management and the board and really the higher ups. So in terms of how things have shifted and how there's like a top-down sort of restructuring that's been happening, I've been wanting that for a long time.
Yeah.
And I also know, because I've been wanting it for a long time, the issues that preceded it and for how long those issues have kind of taken on their own issues on top of other issues. I think I'm just content that it's actually happening now.
Okay.
Because I know that right now, for whatever pain is going to happen, going forward, we're actually going to be a club with structure.
Yeah.
You know, we've got proper training grounds now. We've got, you know, the academy is properly,
Facilities,
you know, things are actually getting literally the foundation. Is being
There's
built.
things to work with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's dual. It's, yeah, I'm a United fan, so I need to believe in something. But the nature of the project as it is right now is something I believe in, because I've needed it to happen for a long time.
Okay.
If someone else were to come in, I honestly don't know. But because of the changes that are happening now, in terms of that foundation structure that I'm talking about, I think the quest is, it'll still be hard, but I think that person comes in with a lot more to work with than probably the other previous managers. Not from a player perspective, but just from the corporation that they're walking into. Yeah.
The only problem I have with the way some of United fans assess where they are and how they view this manager is like, yes, there's so many reasons why managers fail at United. We all know that. It's not an easy job. We get it, right? But it doesn't excuse the level that Amorim has brought United to. He has not been able to win games. He's tactically inflexible even against fourth-tier sides. Like, that's just not excusable. And for as well as you guys have been doing on the attacking front, in the sense that you're creating more chances, you're playing better, and it's visible. I thought you played well against Arsenal. I think you started well against Fulham. The issue with United is, after your spells of I guess, having, I would say, maybe dominating a game for a phase of 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you're easy to play through. Like, and that is a result of the manager. And there's no way we don't hold the manager to a standard where, like, you're losing games, you're easy to play after 20 minutes, and then you just say, you know what, but we've got the most XG. We're creating chances, so it's better.
These underlying
'cause-
stats.
Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, if you're just as easy to beat as you are improving, then you're not
Really
doing,
improving.
like, what is he actually changing? It just means he's gotten better attacking talents and he's relying on them. Yes, he might be able to, like, form patterns of play and all of that. Like, cool. I'm not trying to dismiss what he's done, but what happens on the other end is disgraceful. And I think we need to be honest in our assessments of him and his ability to do better with the players that he has. So I think at some stage there needs to be some honest conversation around that as well.
My opinion with Amorim is, like, I understand United's getting better, like, in terms of, like, you guys improving things off the pitch, like your facilities, training grounds and everything. But I feel like he's forcing this formation so much that there's so many players that are playing out of position. I think even with your signings, bro, like, you guys signed Mvuleywa, and that's a right winger. Like, we all know that's a right winger. You're playing him at cam. And we also know that Ahmad, you're playing him at right wing back. That's also a right winger. And that's a player that wants to cut in on his left.
Like same positions,
Yeah,
like one of their
so they
main
occupy
signings.
the same
A
space.
left-footed right wing back.
Yeah.
You know how crazy
That's bro. Because I mean, isn't the job of of wing backs or get high, cross that ball in?
Exactly.
And how is he gonna do that? Because especially if he's trying to come off what he did last season, and, like, he wants to cut in and he wants to get those shots off, he wants to score the goals. And even that game against Grimsby, when I saw they played Mount at left wing back as well, like, bro, just change it up. Change the system, play with some wingers, play with the back four, play with the midfield three, because you guys playing with the midfield two, it's so easy to get played through, because also you don't have the legs to play with the midfield two as well. Casemiro's old, Bruno's also old. Like, your midfield are all
And
over 30.
Ugarte is just...
And Bruno,
But he is.
I don't care what people think about Bruno and how great he is. and how much risk he takes and how many chances he creates,
He's
that
just
guy
as a
is not an
liability.
8.
Yeah.
That guy is not an 8. He cannot control a game. He cannot control a game and he doesn't have the... Well, maybe, I think he works hard. So let me not say he doesn't have the legs, but he doesn't control a game. And to add to your point, PJ, is that I think one thing that I just simply don't understand is that, like, why is he so convinced that his way of playing works
Is the way.
if it's clearly not working right now?
After almost a year.
Just because of what he did at Sporting. He's a young manager. Like, he has to learn at some stage. Like, he doesn't have vast experience. So when will he actually try something different? That's my thing. I don't understand. What will it take? United finished 15th. Like, what will it take for him to try something different? What is he waiting for?
What did he say at the end of last season? Good days are coming.
And another thing United fans can't do now is play on that thing of, like, it's the players. You guys have new players. Like, there's been a overhaul in the last, 2 to 3 seasons.
Yeah.
You have new centre-backs. The only guy who's still there is Shaw.
Bruno.
Bruno, but he's never been the problem in United fans' eyes, right? Like, he's done well. But it's just Shaw. You have who? Delict, Mazraoui, Aiden Heaven.
Sorry about that guy.
Dalot's still there. Dogu.
Martinez.
Martinez.
you-
Like,
you're
they-
gonna name
they
two
go to-
players.
like,
They have refreshed.
They've replaced players. They can't just say it's the same players. It's not the same players.
Because every player that comes in, it's going to be their fault.
Yeah. So
I mean, look, there's not much else to say. I think the reality is Bones has represented himself in United well, especially as one man.
Yeah.
Honestly, to have carried it
Shout out,
today. So thank you for being the lightning rod for all of Manchester. Truly, though, the club owes you a check, something, even a free skipper. But speaking of skippers, Oaks, gotta remember, the vintage Kitman discount code DND20 is still available until October 7th. Please, don't miss out. We're giving you guys something you guys are gonna get just anyway. This is a podcast that cares about the game. You see PJ here,
Real.
lovely, relatively speaking,
Royal
Chelsea
blue.
shirt.
Royal blue.
You can get a chance to get a real football shirt. One representing your favorite team. Give yourself a chance. In addition, of course, you do have the FPL codes. Guys, that'll be in the bio. This is the very last, by the time the book comes out, it's the very last week for you to join and still claim a prize. You still have to be following the page ahead of time. Please don't join the last 2 weeks. We can see you guys. We can see when you weren't in the league. There are screenshots every single week. Don't lie to us. Don't lie to yourself.
Yeah.
You know if you won for real. Anyway, moving on. PJ,
Talk to me.
I've tried my best so far in this episode not to make this an episode for me to, really cuss at a Chelsea fan, nonstop. Right?
I'm glad I'm here today.
I've tried to be an impartial host. I'm trying to understand. When you look at your team, right? You guys have been through the most player turnover that I think any of us have ever seen in one
Yeah.
club in the past three years or so. And for what it's worth, you've seen the silverware, right? You have the chips.
Yeah, we'll
You
chat.
have the chips. So I need you to help us unpack what it is as a Chelsea fan when you look at the season. When you see the Champions League this season, do you truly see Chelsea as a team that could beat Bayern? Do you
I'm
see Chelsea as
almost-
a team that could beat Barca?
110%. I'm almost like, I'm 95% sure that I think let me not say the furthest, but the least we could do in the Champions League is probably reach like a quarterfinal or a semi-final.
Okay.
And I'm saying that because one
pick
thing
one,
that I've...
pick one.
A semi-final. And the reason why I say that is because one thing I've noticed about this side is they get so, like, they switch on whenever it's time to, like, whenever it's crunch time. And that also shows me that, like, these guys mentality-wise, that they've, like, really improved. I saw we brought in that rugby mentality coach. I know people thought that was like, look how these guys are trying to... But, I mean, ever since he came in, like, I think we've done significantly well.
Yeah.
I think in the last, like, what is that stat? In the last 19 games or so, I think we only lost, like, 3 or something. So I think my team's doing really well. Also, I'll never overlook the fact that we are the youngest side in Premier League history.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's something to ignore as well. That's why I think games like that Brentford game as well, I think that's where things like that come into play. Because I think if you have somebody has experience and they're mature and like an old head to lead the boys, saying, guys, let's grind this result through. Because I mean, the only person that we have to do that now is Reece James. And I mean, He's what, 24, 25? So I think if we had that kind of experience, I think it would get us across the line for certain games.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we would like actually start proving to guys like you that like, okay, this Chelsea side is like, because one thing I've noticed is that even after our amazing Club World Cup run,
Amazing. is that a word anyone else in the panel would use to describe the run?
Bro, they won it, bro. I'm not.
we
gonna
won
say
it, bro.
Amazing.
None of you guys could beat PSG. No one. Like, no one could beat PSG. And we gave them 3 with a clean sheet. So,
Fair enough, though. Fair enough. Nah.
yeah, so I really think, like, moments like that showed me that, like, whenever it's time to pull up, these guys can pull up. My only problem is, my concern is in the league. I feel like that's where, because that's where you have to maintain consistency.
Yeah.
And every single week you have to be on it.
Yeah.
Unlike a Champions League where it's like, hey guys, for this game, we just have to like lock in.
Yeah.
We lock in, get it across the line, okay, done. Now focus on the league again.
Yeah.
And you know, we through to the next round. It's that simple. But I mean, unlike in the Premier League where you lock in for a game, you get your 3 points, it's just 3 points. Everybody else got 3 points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not really, doesn't really separate you from the rest. You're just doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about my team.
So,
I have a lot of belief.
the recruitment, the fact that you guys constantly are buying these young players, you talk about a wanting experience.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of what your club wants. Like, fundamentally.
Yeah, with these new owners, I think they come in with a different strategy. I think they're trying to build a team that's going to stick together for many years to come.
Wait. How?
No.
With how you guys are actually moving.
No. I think, no, just because like players are coming in and out, we're trying to find the right players. So that's why someone comes in, they don't work out, it's fine, sell them off, you know?
Okay.
Like Jackson came in, 9-year deal, he just went to Bayern. Same thing.
But you tried to keep Jackson after the lab got injured.
Well,
Yeah,
because
that
we
was
need a third
crazy.
striker. Because we need a third striker.
Okay.
Because now we have Tyreek George who's playing a striker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mark
saying?
Gay now, so he's.
Oh, we recalled
No,
Mark Guiu as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Guiu. Yeah, we recalled Mark Guiu as well. But he's also like,
He sucks.
see, Sunderland level.
he
Like,
sucks,
we
he
should have
sucks,
gone
he
to
sucks.
Sunderland. We should have kept Jackson, man. Because
Yeah, but-
Jackson is a very good player.
But again, the fact that those kinds of moves happen, doesn't that kind of undercut everything you just said about wanting to build this team long term?
The only thing I want
genuinely,
them-
sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
To me, genuinely, you guys look like a club that is really focused on input. You want to bring in as much money as possible.
Yeah.
While flipping players.
Yeah,
You're
I
you're buying
think
young
it's
players at like relatively low costs, low wages, and then when there's a suitor, you sell them on.
Yeah, I don't know, they do
I
like
think in a
flipping
year's
players.
time, you guys probably are going to sell Neto as well, who has been becoming part of this team. He spent a year there, he's developing. Whether or not you like him or not, I don't like Neto.
He's
Probably-
ass.
No, wait, chill.
He's ass.
Okay,
bro.
wait, chill. He's not ass.
He just
I think
runs,
he's
bro.
good.
He's ass, bro.
Bro, he's not ass.
He's
like,
he's
first
a
of all,
true pack of ass, bro.
he scored a crazy one against you guys, by the way. I
That's
remember that.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not
Neto's got these bursts. Where he's like he's quick. He's got something. but he's
Okay, you know what?
ass.
Let me not be patriotic for my team. Let me be very honest. I like Neto, but I think Neto is good enough to be squad player. I don't think Chelsea should have like those should be like our wingers.
If he's your starting, yeah,
If he's our
exactly.
starting, he shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be like that's our winger. Because right now Neto is the first name down for our wingers. And one thing I want them to do, like these our new owners, when they're bringing players in, the only thing I want is I don't mind if someone comes in, they don't work, sell them, make profit, whatever. I don't mind that. But bring in someone that raises the level. Because, you know, you sell Madueke, you bring in Gittins. They're the same player. I think Gittins is even worse than Madueke. And, like, that's my only concern is that, like, you guys are not trying to, like, raise the level. So that's my only thing. But otherwise, like, I think everywhere else, like, our midfield, for example, I think is perfect. I think with our, 110%. Not even, I was about to say, I think Caicedo is the best DM in the world. All right?
No, shut
With
up, dog.
Rodri, with Rodri's current state.
Dog, I don't think he's top 3, but dog, this is your. Dog,
Yeah, no, let me
Yeah.
cook, man. Let me cook. Let me cook. I think Caicedo is the best DM in the world. I think Enzo is a mentality monster as well.
Okay.
Cole Palmer is probably my favorite player in the world. Not even, he's just definitely my favorite player in the world. Like
Okay.
the past 2-3 years.
Okay.
But I do think he's better off the right.
Yeah.
Because I think he
I
has
agree.
way more space and he's much more closer to goal. And Palmer's the best in and around the box. So that's where he can decide games for us. You know, you give him the ball on the right, you'll have Gusto overlapping or someone overlapping, they drag the fullback away, and then he can either create a chance, put a ball in, you know, put in
Yeah.
top bins, anything. I think when we play him in the middle, I do think we kind of limit him a bit less because he is kind of, his physique is kind of small. So, and the Premier League is very physical. So it's very easy to just bounce
He
him off
needs
the ball.
the space to roam from wide.
Yeah,
No, I
so
hear you. I hear you.
that's his best position. That's where we played him in the World Cup, the Club World Cup final. And I mean, we saw what he did,
Yeah, I think it's another case of like another English player being misprofiled because he's got a creative side to him. So they say, you know what, he's a 10. He's, and no. And I think the reason he is able to play well enough there is that he's meant to be a supporting striker, right?
Yeah.
Like that was his position. But he can drop deep. He's got a good pass. But playing 10 is controlling the tempo of a game. It's completely different.
Yeah,
It's
that's why I
completely
really
different.
wanted us to bring Xavi Simons in because I thought that would allow us to play Palmer on the right and then we can have Xavi in the middle. And Xavi can be that one who's just, dictating the play and creating those,
Yeah.
But I guess, and one thing I remember I saw Mariska said in a press conference, they asked him why don't they play Palmer on the right? And then he said something that I really didn't agree with. He says when Palmer plays on the right, he drifts inside. So it's the same thing as him starting inside. I think it's completely two different things.
Yeah.
Because when you're drifting inside, you recognize the space and you attack that space. When you start inside, it doesn't mean that there's space there. You inside. So and you're gonna be, And I guess it's very easy to also close Palmer off if he's playing in the middle.
Yeah.
You just put a bunch of the opposition team, just put a bunch of very big physical, midfielders, and he's kind of going to be nullified in the game. But I mean, if you put him on the right, he has the space. But also one thing that I do also have like a raised eyebrow about with the squad building is we're focusing a lot on wingers, man.
Yeah. You've copped wingers.
Yo,
man.
you guys have
You
We
copped
have
wingers,
so
man.
many wingers, bro.
Shout out to Raheem Sterling, man. 200 bags a week, chill. That's my guy.
He's chilling.
I even forgot about Sterling, bro.
Bro, they're paying him 200 bags a week just to go to the gym.
Raheem the
So
Dream.
that's my problem with the winger thing is that I thought maybe if we could, I wish we could have spent that money on. Okay, I'm happy with our centre forward. I think one level raiser winger, right? Palm on the right, someone on the left that's that raises. I would have loved like a Liao or Rodrigo.
Yeah.
I think those are really the top wingers right now.
Yeah.
And a centre back, like a Bastoni.
I have a question. Your keeper? You're fine.
No. I was about to lie. I was about to lie because I was remembering that Club World Cup performance, but you know what? That guy can't fool me, man. That guy can't fool me, man. The thing about him is he's a great shot stopper. I won't lie. I'll never take that away from him. But my problem with him is you just cannot ignore the fact that once in a game, he will give you a bozo moment that will lead to a goal.
Yeah.
Every game. And it's like, cool, the entire, for good 80 minutes, let's say he's, stopping good shots or whatever. And, you just can't shake that feeling I can't wait to get to this 90 minutes because this guy's going to do something. Cool, you're doing well, but, you're about to cost us as well. So, and that's also another thing that my gaffer said the other day, is that, someone said, yo, I think last season, he gave away a ball that led to, I think, 5 goals or something.
Yeah.
And then he said, yeah, but how many did he stop?
That's his job.
I genuinely think Mariska did well last season, but I think he's gonna blow out this season. Like that guy, I just don't think he's as. I don't think he's a great manager. I don't think he is. I think he's been very fortunate to have very great, not very great, but very talented group of players, and it's very difficult to get people to play and and I think what I do like about him, he does try new things.
Yeah.
If something's not working, he does try. But I don't think tactically he's there. Some of the things you're saying now, where he's saying Palmer must play the middle because if he's on the left, he ends up drifting. That's what new age wingers do. They drift. The fact that he said, yeah, but how many did he save? I don't know if he sometimes managers have to defend players.
I get it, but bro.
But he's also not addressing some of their problems that they do. They do need an experienced centre back. They do need a new goalkeeper, and they're still signing get-ins. Like
And Garnacho.
Garnacho.
like good players, but like they don't need
I
them.
believe in the Garnacho movement. I won't lie. I think in about like 2 years' time, when I'm sitting back in this chair, I'm gonna say, "I told you guys."
But that's fine. It's more that you don't need them. Like you really didn't need more wingers.
Yeah.
No, we really didn't. Even worse, next season we have Quenda coming in as
Exactly. So I think what you've done here is I think you represented Chelsea honestly. So thank you for that. I've been speaking to
I
a lot of
didn't think I'd
Chelsea
do that today.
Lies.
I was
I've been speaking to a lot of lies. Also telling me about the lap golden boot charges. He's injured now. Been telling me lots of funny things about the defense is this. It's
like,
just
Joao
like,
Pedro though.
No.
Wait, let me speak about Joao Pedro right quick. right quick. By the time we reach April next year, we're gonna say, guys, is this guy one of the best strikers in the league?
I think people were asking that last season. So I don't think it's a Chelsea thing.
Which guys? Who?
Oh, when he was
one of, not the.
One of where? Like top
He was
five?
performing.
He was.
No,
No, he was.
So when you say what do you say? Top 10?
He scored 20 goals for Brighton, eh?
No, I just
That
like
was
you,
2 seasons ago.
Okay.
And it was all comps. Some of the conference leagues.
No, Europa.
Okay, it was Europa.
I think what
I don't think he
what
scored
we're ignoring is that
15 league
we're
goals.
not the Premier League was not blessed with strikers over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
You know, so
I think right now he's not top 3.
that's fine.
No, no,
that's
that's
fine.
Well, in terms of numbers, he is.
games in, by the way.
Well-
I'm saying that's fine. I'm just saying I think people were already
do that.
speaking highly of João Pedro last season. So if they speak highly of him this season, it's not because what he's doing at Chelsea. Like he was doing well last season. He did well the season before.
7 games,
No,
7 goals
look,
and assists.
I think he's right to highlight that at Chelsea his profile gets raised though. To get like more
No,
of a
of course
spotlight.
it does.
So I,
But
so I-
Also,
I-
the level
I'm
of
saying
players you play around you, your level is also going to raise.
But I'm saying if the conversation around him is not really changing from what it was last season and the season before.
Well, no, I think the conversation, let me just say the conversation has changed, but it's definitely like it's being had by way more people now because I guess like
Okay.
there's more eyes. And I mean, it's just like, for example, people that are watching Sadio Mane at Southampton. They were saying, there were a few people saying, oh, this guy can ball, this guy can ball. But then he went to Liverpool, he did the same thing. Then it was like, yo,
He's really that guy.
really that guy.
Okay.
So sometimes you just need to go to a better team with better players that are going to create better chances for you. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how you'll actually put yourself on the map. I think that's what's going to happen with João Pedro as well. Is that now he has oaks like Cole Palmer, Enzo, you know, like to play around, and they're going to feed him those chances. And I mean, he's been scoring the goals, man. He's been scoring the goals. Like almost every game, he's scoring the goals. Even yesterday, assist. Like every game, he's doing something, you know?
I mean, I like João Pedro, so I'm not gonna.
You don't like him?
He said does like him.
I do.
Yeah,
like
you got taste, man. You know what
For what it's worth, I think I'm aligned with Mvu in terms of where Chelsea end up overall. I have doubts about Maresca. The fact that you're highlighting those same kinds of issues, the way he presents himself in press conferences, his Palmer views, how he sets up, on top of the fact that no matter how good he may or may not be, he doesn't even decide your transfers. Doesn't have a voice like that.
Unfortunately.
I think you guys are capped. So
And I think he did expose that in one of the press conferences when Colwell got the ACL.
yeah.
And they were asking him about, are you going to bring in a centre back? And then he said, the club knows what I want.
Yeah. So look, the last question, and you have to tell us, are Chelsea winning the league, yes or no?
If not this season, next season, for sure. For sure. Also, one thing I'm also confident about, I think we finish above you guys as well.
Okay.
About us now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we
That's,
finish.
yeah, that's dope, though.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that you believe. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Now we're going to finish above you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and Bayern? Oh. Please can I come back after that game?
You know what? We'll get you back for that. But lads, and we've spoken about the larger sides. I think what I'm really curious about is where you guys stand in terms of the best of the rest. You know, as we come to wrap up this episode. We've of course seen
Everton.
Spurs strengthened. We've seen Jack Grealish, Player of the Month.
Oh,
That's-
wow.
That feels
Wow.
like a PR move.
Wow.
I'm gonna keep it a stack
Wow.
with you,
Bro.
But you know what? It's okay. He has played well for Everton. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Wait, who do you guys think finishes 5th and 6th? That's really where I think you really have to know ball now because he's saying. What are Newcastle now with Altamada instead? What does that actually
He
look
played
like?
well yesterday.
Very,
But
yeah.
Wolves were.
No, they showed up.
Wolves were.
Yeah, like
they were there.
Like it wasn't a small goal. That he
they were
scored.
there.
Yeah. So I'll start with you, Bones. For you, who takes that 5th spot in the Champions League?
Sure.
That's easy actually. I think Spurs.
Oh, yeah. Easily Spurs.
Frank, back him. So my fault.
That's a tough one for me, actually. I think Spurs feels too easy to say.
Yeah, that's right.
But then at the same time, I don't think the best of the rest from last season are as
Good this season.
good this season.
I mean, Villa have fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
I think
They
Emery's,
haven't scored a goal.
I think Emery's out, but
You
November,
lying,
boys.
bro.
No, they haven't scored a goal. They're done.
They've not scored a goal.
I think spiritually losing to that United side, I think it changed something.
Oh, at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Losing Asensio was also a blow for them.
And Rashford, like it's a lot of
yeah,
change.
yeah.
It's a lot of change. Even their targets changed. I understand why they aren't there.
Ramsey's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, boys, gotta give us a name, man.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, so 5 and 6. Okay, I'll say Spurs 5. Newcastle 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was
Same order?
thinking that, but I don't know if I want to put in Palace. They've lost a lot of players,
Oh, that's an
but
interesting shout.
Glasner's like,
Like, you reckon
Yeah.
Glasner is
Like
a
they're moving.
serious guy?
not that he's serious, but I think things still look a little bit stable now.
Yeah.
Like they've lost players, but they've also brought in some. It's kind of sad. Like they did lose players when they were building something.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, to lose Olise and Eze back-to-back seasons is
Yeah,
tough.
Yo.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but you know, Wharton's there. Back Wharton. Yeah, I'm thinking Spurs,
Mateta.
Spurs, Newcastle, or Palace. I'm not sure if I think Palace will end above Newcastle.
Okay. PJ?
I think I might have the same order. I think it's Spurs and Newcastle. Newcastle, I think, could also take Spurs to like the last game.
Yeah.
And I think because, they lost Isak, but I don't think he was the only good thing about that team.
Okay.
Because I think they have a very good team. That midfield is crazy. Like Bruno, Joelinton,
Tonali.
and Tonali, you know what I'm saying? So I think Spurs and Newcastle. Spurs, it's actually a tough one because Spurs have built a crazy squad this window. Like a really crazy squad. But as much as building a crazy squad is, I also think that like it can easily go wrong because it's a lot of integrating that you need to do.
Yeah.
And you'd find that
Chelsea fan, by the way.
but we don't throw everybody in at the same time though.
You know what, dog? Keep cooking.
Okay. It's a lot of just like what City's going through. Like
Yeah.
there's just too many players that you put in the starting 11 at the same time, and there's a lot of integrating that you need to do, learn the system, etc. But yeah, I think Spurs, Newcastle, and Palace just shortly right behind them.
Okay. Also, I'm very surprised about Palace, guys. I rate Glasner. That's Europa League winner. Never forget.
But it's not only because of him. Like I genuinely thought like they had a good core of a
Mateta.
squad.
Yo, there's Lacroix, there's Mateta. There's really good players.
Game
Really good
he's
players.
still there now, yeah.
Yeah, no, like they're definitely solid. I think there is a lot that they have to work with. I just don't know if.
they can maintain that.
Yeah, it's a big job to climb.
Yeah, it
It's a
is.
big job
It
to
is, yeah.
close the gap between what I think they were 12th last season.
Yeah.
And to be around the top 6. To do that, I think that means Glasner is probably should be United's coach. But
I was
that's
about
a
to say
different
that.
conversation.
I was about to say that.
For me, the team like
But more Newcastle for me. I think, yeah.
Hey, let's not sleep on Bournemouth too, yeah.
that's what I was about to
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Actually forgot.
Like
Yeah.
for all we're talking about Palace here is like these outsiders.
Actually, yeah.
Guys,
yeah,
Bournemouth right
yeah,
now,
yeah.
fitness
Yeah,
permitting.
yeah.
Oh my days.
I think
But
I
that's
think
the issue with them.
I think like the squad is thin,
It's very thin.
but I think Bournemouth can go toe to toe with every single side in the Premier League right now.
They're only playing domestic competitions, right?
Yeah, it's one game a week.
Yeah.
One game a week.
I'm happy to say Palace 8th.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
Bournemouth.
But I think I do think Newcastle and Bournemouth would be fighting it out this season.
Okay.
Yeah, Semenyo's a
That
crazy
I do
player, man.
Because
Alex
like
Semenyo,
PJ
yeah.
mentioned, like Isak, they lose a lot of goals. Like there's no doubting that. But they've also added players like
Elanga, Ramsey.
Elanga, Murphy. I don't like rate him highly, but
He delivers.
they have enough players that can contribute to get them 6th.
Yeah.
But I don't know about their striker though.
Voltemade?
Yeah, when
Oh,
I've been,
Visa.
yeah, no, Voltemade. Oh, Visa signed.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good.
Slow sports news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, no.
Visa scored.
I think they're still fighting, bro.
And Visa also
That
put 20 last season, right?
Yeah. Look, I think Newcastle have
will get
replaced.
sixth. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah,
they
I think
replaced
Newcastle's
Isak's goals in the aggregate. I think that they'll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There will be a drop off in terms of like the moments of brilliance that Isak provides, like in a big game when you maybe don't deserve the win. But I think overall the biggest issue this is not going to be there's no one who's putting the ball in the net. They've got guys.
Yeah.
Newcastle, Bournemouth, Spurs. They're going to
And
be
Ilanga's
fighting
good
it
at
out.
crossing a ball in, man. Voltemade's just gonna.
Because I do think Spurs might struggle with Champions League as well.
Yeah.
But I trust
a good call
Frank.
out.
But I
trust
trust Frank.
That's a good call out. But lads, no, I think we've pushed enough today. We've covered the best of the rest. The fans know from the last episode that we all think Sunderland are staying up.
Yeah.
In terms of who's going down, guys, I think West Ham are
West Ham's
in
going down,
trouble.
bro.
I don't think there's too much we need to say about that.
Yeah, West Ham.
Graham Potter, you are under surveillance. Very concerned about
Yeah.
how things have gone since you left Brighton. I don't know if it's the trim change. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. I know West Ham haven't been run the best,
He's
but
got the
there's-
hips. It's like he's got the manager yips.
He needs to go to
Yeah,
the
man.
mountains,
Another
bro.
honourable
He
mention
needs to go where Sancho
is
went.
Everton.
Yeah.
That's also some very good squad
No,
building as well.
shout out to David
Wherever
Moyes.
Sancho when he came back, shit.
Shout out to
I'm like,
David
what?
Moyes.
Yeah, shout out to David Moyes. That's some good squad building there. Like
I think
Dewsbury
Everton make
Hall,
top 10.
Grealish, Ndai. Like
Go on. He's
Yeah.
good. I like.
I think
like
Everton
him a
make
lot.
top 10.
Okay.
oh,
I think
easily for
Everton-
me. Yeah,
I don't know easily, but I think they make top 10.
Okay.
yeah, they got Grealish, man,
Yeah.
and KDH.
No. What are these names? What are these names?
We got KDH
But you know
straight
what,
from the
though?
Chelsea himself.
You know what though? Relatively speaking, those players do improve Everton. Let's
They
be
do, like they
fair
really
about
do.
like what we're
Yeah.
discussing. But lads, as we close this episode, we're gonna get everyone their last chance to get their licks in. PJ, your final thoughts?
Chelsea's winning a major this season,
Mm-hmm.
and we finish above Arsenal.
Okay. Mvu?
You're not ending above us. That's one. I think we'll win it.
Oh, I've been hearing this for 4 years, mate.
We'll win the fight. Okay.
Actually, nah.
Come on!
Bro, Arteta, bro.
Arteta, bro. It's Arteta, dog.
Dog, you couldn't even do it for the camera. Dog, you
Bro,
couldn't be unified
it's
friends
Arteta.
here. Dog, what's up?
We're being honest today. That's what's
Actually,
happening.
bro.
We're being
Bones.
honest today.
Bones, I want to hear you. Bones, please.
You must show us, bro.
I think United get top 8, and I think Liverpool win the league.
Okay.
Okay, no, I have one. United are ending under. They're gonna stay on the other side of the
Yeah,
the table.
bottom 10.
Bottom half of the
Yeah,
table
the
again.
main bottom 10.
Okay.
Bottom half of the table again.
Damn. On my side, I'll give you guys a Euro roundup. Real Madrid are winning La Liga this season. Juve are title contenders, as well as Roma under Gasperini. Bayern, unfortunately, I think are our Champions League winners in the 2025-2026 season. Guys, thank you for joining us for D&D. It's been a great episode. Thank you for taking the time. PJ, it's been a pleasure to have you here, sir. Looking forward to bringing you back.
I'm happy to spread the chance.
Bones, thanks for joining us. Thank you for representing us once again. Mvu, dog, the betrayal. The betrayal, dog. Who do you support? Even right now, these are like Barca colors, dog. All the time. It always shows.
We know.
It
You're a
always
Barca
shows.
fan first, yeah?
He's a Barca fan
Yeah.
first and an Arsenal man second. If ever you needed an episode to show you, it was this one right here. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for taking the time. Looking forward to more episodes of D&D. We're out.
Peace.